after the lockout finished the 2004-2005 season. The NHL rolled out a few basic improvements to be intriguing and inviting to fans. One of the more obvious modifications was how ties were resolved, and adding a shootout to determine a winner if neither group scored a goal in the allotted additional time. It was speculated that shootouts highlighted the most exciting hockey. Second, the additional shot. More often than not, groups utilized their best players who got to flaunt their abilities and attempt to beat goalies one-on-one with the game in question. In this video, let's watch how the shootout group dominated the match and got 2 focuses, while the terrible group got 1 point in the standings. Certainly, some great shootout objectives were definitely missed since they couldn't, in any way, shape, or form, view each objective beginning around 2005. Let's leave a remark and incorporate a few incredible ones, including joins if you have them, so we can all watch the energy. On November 14, 2009, in Florida, Thomas Vokoun was tricked by Nielsen to the stick side. And then on December 16, 2008, Toronto's Jason Blake picked up speed and executed a shocking twist move to score against the Demons. Another player, Alex Ovechkin, was engaging in the abilities rivalry during the 2009 NHL Elite Player. After the lockout season, when the NHL rolled out some very important developments, fans found it fascinating and interesting. And the most discernible change was the finish of ties, and the colleague of the shootout would conclude a champion if neither one of the gatherings scored a goal rapidly in additional time. Some of the theories say that shootouts underline the most exciting hockey's additional second shot. Furthermore, groups used their top players, who got to flaunt their prowess and attempt to beat goalies one-on-one with the game in question. Although the shootout proved popular with most spectators, it is still not used to determine who wins season-ending matches, which is something to be grateful for. Every player incorporated the rundown after the association presented the shootout in 2005. As the great shootout objectives were missed earlier, we have a few of the best trick shots. Now we have Daniel Briere of Bison, who made a deft touch in a shootout triumph over the Typhoons in 2006. Then we can move ahead to the dedication to the late Pavel Demitra, who scored this shootout objective on January 2, 2009 against the Atlanta Thrashers. Tim Thomas of Boston was left dumbfounded as the talented Mr. Kopitar delivered a marvelous phony and immediately brushed the puck past him. Ryan Getzlaf scores an own goal against the Lords to add a little intensity to the Ducks' rulers' contention. The Ducks forward took great action to score this objective. November 13, 2009, Rick Nash of the Bluecoats scored with this special move to give his group the triumph over Anaheim. January 6, 2011, marked Toronto's Mikhail Grabovski, who made Ty Conklin, the goalie for St. Louis, look silly with a phenomenal turning play. Jussi Jokinen, a typical player yet outstanding at scoring in shootouts, should be remembered for any rundown of shootout objectives. In his best move, Jokinen fakes to the left, leaving the puck on the right and coasting it past the stunned Bruins goaltender. On March 10, 2012, Claude Giroux of Philadelphia keeps the puck for as long as he can, convinces Jonas Gustafsson of Toronto to commit, and then a short while later lifts the puck past the goalie's pads and barely under the crossbar to complete this stunning shootout goal. On April 9, 2009, we witnessed Dallas Stars forward Mike Ribeiro make a superb move to beat Peter Budaj of the heavy slide. Ribeiro put the puck between his legs on a backhander, potentially the prettiest move tracked down throughout the shootout. Similarly, Detroit's Pavel Datsyuk dekes and flounders as long as he can and essentially leaves an exposed goalie after that. That was a great goal by Datsyuk against the Nashville Trackers. The move was adequately astonishing, yet if you set all that up, this goal was significantly more extraordinary. This shootout between the officials and Capitals had entered the 15th round, still a record, and the two gatherings were running out of players. We also have official guide Tom Rennie drew nearer to defenseman Marek Malik, who had never scored more than 7 targets in any NHL season during his calling, the NHL's best trick shot then today. The latest Avid supporter memorabilia pattern is clearing the globe, with Top Shot minutes representing almost $600 million in deals. As you notice the qualities that some computerized exchanging cards have, you may be surprised. The NBA Top Shot Advanced cards that are the most esteemed and what compels them special are appreciated worldwide. The recipe that the NHL embraced, no doubt with some help from the newish TV associate ESPN, is basically an X Games model. Events are happening ceaselessly, and dead time is stacked up with pre-tape sections. This new trick shot breakaway test has been perfect. Last year, an individual scored a target with a blindfold, and the Ovi Jr., and Crosby second could make the most upsetting blogger smile. While we have scarcely any knowledge of hockey, understanding Crosby is uncommonly polarizing, and he seemed, by all accounts, to be approachable. He moreover was on some unsatisfactory completion of the dunk tank. The Genuine Resistance was a 3v3 rivalry that featured great scoring and up-tempo play. The NHL even sorted out some way to give divisions importance, fundamentally for 2 or 3 hours, by organizing the gatherings as demonstrated by the request. Here, Dylan Larkin drove the Atlantic to the achievement. For a game that encounters trouble getting away from its particular way, this new funhouse method for managing top pick week's end is welcoming, as it is, by all accounts, astonishing. Regardless of whether the NHL system succeeds, different associations should try it out. With the Master Bowl, we've arrived at a circumstance where the whole end of the week is an abilities contest. Watching Saquon Barkley play dodgeball is engaging. Nonetheless, most celebrities either decide to avoid the occasion or are at the Super Bowl. Moreover, assuming they do show up, they will not be playing football by any means. The shootout was engaging before everybody transformed into Glenn Rice, and Paradise knows why the abilities challenge exists. For quite a long time, the NHL has neglected to change the dunk challenge. Hang tight, right? If the NHL is throwing pucks at a wall, a playing card, a surfboard, or putting green to see what sticks, this is definitely a careful thing happening. There are clear factors for every affiliation, and the move is to endeavor a ton of different stuff until you find, or just so happen to find, what works. For more of such interesting videos, like and subscribe to us.